there's much to be learned from old philosophers and old thinkers. And as it turns out, I agree with and I'm aligned with a lot of what they say. No doubt about it. I'm not trying to say anything negative about these ancient philosophers and the theories that they had. But the fact of the matter is I just didn't study them. I mean, like I said, I was a shitty high school student. I don't think I read any books in high school. So yeah, I didn't learn anything about these things. I just figured these things out through my own random trials and tribulations in life. And it was a similar situation with Jordan Peterson. When he came on the podcast for the first time, it was really obvious that we had come to many of the same conclusions in our views of life, but he got to those conclusions through rigorous academic study and work as a clinical psychologist, and I got there through my experiences in life and in the teams. And I've been very lucky in that regard. Very lucky to kind of stumble into things, been guided in certain situations, been shoved in some directions, made some good decisions along the way, made some bad decisions, and been lucky enough to live through it and learn from it. So I've been very, very lucky. But I also pay attention to these kind of things. A lot of times I was paying attention to these kind of things because I was trying to teach them. I originally started paying attention to leadership because I had to learn it in order to become a leader. So I was paying attention and I was watching what leaders were doing. And eventually I was paying attention to leadership because I was teaching it. And so I saw things and I stumbled into things. And one of the things I wrote about leadership strategy and tactics, I'm in my first platoon. We're clearing gas oil platforms. I do a big write-up about this in that book, but my platoon ends up on a skirmish line. We're all looking down our weapons, looking to engage targets, and no one's making a call. No one's making any kind of a decision. And I, as a new guy, I take a step back, which means I broaden my field of view. I look around so I can see more, and a nice calm comes over me, and now I can see what we need to do, and I make a call. And I started to teach that. I started to teach that to young leaders. Hey, you need to take a step back. You need to broaden your field of view. You need to look around. And it's going to calm you down and allow you to make a decision. I also would tell guys, hey, you need to take a breath. And I didn't have some, I wasn't saying you need to take some spiritual transcendent breath. You need to reach deep into your inner soul and breathe. I wasn't saying that. The actual reason I was saying it was because you don't want to sound panicked when you come up on the radio. You don't want to come up on the radio and say, we need to get everyone over this building. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do it, number one, because everyone else is going to now panic. And number two, because everyone's going to make fun of you when you get back from this operation. So you don't want to either one of these. So when you have to make a decision, you take a step back and then you take a breath. You detach. You broaden your field of view. And these things will calm you down and allow you to make better decisions. And recently, I've heard some podcasts. Tim Ferriss and Joe Rogan, by the way, they've had a guy on a couple times named Andrew Huberman. And this guy is a doctor, a neuroscientist, a professor. And as I was listening to what he was saying, a lot of the things that I have been teaching were aligned with what he was saying. And believe it or not, one of the things was a broad field of vision calms you down. Taking a breath is something that scientifically calms you down, physiologically calms you down. Broadening your field of view physiologically calms you down. And guess what? I know this. The calmer you are, the better decisions you're going to make. And there were other things when I listened to him talk that I recognized from my own experiences. Cold water. It doesn't feel good when you get in it, but it feels good when you get done. Lifting weights, fasting, things that I had kind of instinctively or through trial and error figured out were now being reinforced by someone that actually academically understood the science behind my instincts. Now, My instincts are not always right by any stretch of the imagination. I should probably write an entire litany of books about the dumb things I've done, but I'm always looking to see, hey, if there's some things I'm doing right, why are they right? If there's things I'm doing wrong, why are they wrong? And always looking to increase the understanding that I have behind the things that I think I've figured out.